Have you ever found yourself caught in a whirlwind of words, desperately trying to fill the silence in moments of anger, sorrow, or uncertainty? Have you ever wondered if, perhaps, the most powerful response might be to say nothing at all? In a world overflowing with noise and constant communication, the art of silence has become a forgotten skill, yet it holds profound wisdom and strength. Imagine standing at the edge of an argument, your heart racing, your mind spinning with retorts, but instead of reacting, you take a deep breath and choose silence. Picture yourself in the presence of a grieving friend, the weight of their loss hanging in the air, and you offer nothing but your silent, unwavering support. Consider the clarity and peace that might arise if, during a heated debate or a critical decision-making process, you simply paused and embraced the quiet. The Stoics, ancient philosophers who valued reason, self-control, and inner peace, understood the transformative power of silence. They believed that silence could be a profound teacher, a source of strength, and a pathway to deeper understanding. This video explores 13 situations where choosing silence can bring wisdom, healing, and profound connection. Join us on a journey through the art of silence and discover how this simple yet powerful practice can transform your interactions, enhance your self-awareness, and lead you to a more balanced and fulfilling life. Are you ready to embrace the power of silence? Let's start. 1. When you're angry. Anger is a potent emotion that can overtake your rational mind and push you to say things you might later regret. The Stoics taught that anger is a temporary madness, urging us to stay silent when we feel its grip. Imagine the scenario. Your blood begins to boil, and you feel the impulse to lash out. In this moment, silence becomes your ally. Silence, in this context, is not merely the absence of words. It's an active practice. It's taking a deep breath, counting to 10, or even stepping away from the situation to cool off. When you remain silent, you give yourself the space to let the initial rush of anger subside. This pause allows your rational mind to catch up with your emotions. By choosing silence, you avoid the trap of escalating a conflict. Often, words spoken in anger only serve to fan the flames, creating a cycle of retaliatory remarks. Silence breaks this cycle. It demonstrates self-control and can even disarm the other person, leading to a more constructive resolution. Moreover, silence gives you the opportunity to reflect on the root cause of your anger. Are you really upset about the current situation, or is there something deeper bothering you? By not immediately reacting, you can gain clarity on what's truly at play. Consider the wisdom of Marcus Aurelius, who wrote in his Meditations about the importance of maintaining control over one's reactions. He believed that our ability to choose our response, rather than be driven by impulse, is a key aspect of our humanity. When you feel anger rising, recall his teachings. Picture yourself as an observer of your own emotions, detached and objective. This mental shift can be incredibly powerful, allowing you to respond from a place of calm rather than rage. Let's delve into a practical application of this principle. Imagine you're at work and a colleague criticizes your project in a meeting. You feel the sting of their words and the immediate urge to defend yourself or snap back. Instead, you choose silence. You breathe deeply, count to 10, and maintain your composure. This moment of silence prevents a potential outburst and gives you time to formulate a measured response. After the meeting, you take a walk to clear your head. During this time, you reflect on the critique. You consider whether there is any truth to it and how you might use the feedback to improve your work. By the time you return, your anger has dissipated and you are able to approach your colleague calmly. You thank them for their feedback and discuss how to address the issues raised. This approach not only preserves your professional relationships, but also demonstrates your maturity and ability to handle criticism constructively. Another scenario could be in a personal relationship. Arguments with loved ones can be particularly charged with emotion. In the heat of the moment, it's easy to say hurtful things that can cause lasting damage. By choosing silence, you create a buffer that protects both you and the other person from the fallout of an angry exchange. Imagine you're having a disagreement with your partner. They say something that feels unfair or hurtful, and you feel the anger rising. Instead of retaliating with harsh words, you choose silence. You take a moment to breathe, perhaps even excusing yourself to another room. This pause allows you to calm down and think about what you truly want to communicate. In the quiet of your own space, you might realize that your partner's words touched on an insecurity of yours, which is why they hurt so much. With this insight, you can return to the conversation with a clearer head and a more constructive approach. You might say, "When you said that, it made me feel insecure because..." This type of response is more likely to lead to understanding and resolution than a heated retort. Silence in anger is not about suppressing your feelings or avoiding difficult conversations. It's about creating a space where those conversations can happen more productively. It's about ensuring that your words are driven by reason and clarity rather than the heat of the moment. In addition to personal interactions, consider how silence can be beneficial in broader social contexts. For example, in social media debates, where anger and outrage can spread like wildfire, choosing not to engage in angry exchanges can prevent further escalation and the spread of negativity. By not responding immediately, you give yourself time to consider whether your contribution will add value to the discussion or simply add fuel to the fire. Practicing silence when angry also has profound benefits for your own well-being. Anger triggers the body's stress response, releasing hormones like adrenaline and cortisol. This can have various negative effects on your health, including increased blood pressure and heart rate. By choosing silence and calming yourself, you help mitigate these physiological responses, protecting your health in the long run. Furthermore, silence can lead to greater self-awareness and emotional intelligence. Each time you practice it, you become more attuned to your emotional triggers and better equipped to manage them. Over time, this can lead to a more balanced and peaceful approach to life's challenges. In conclusion, the practice of silence in moments of anger is a powerful tool rooted in Stoic wisdom. It allows for thoughtful reflection, prevents the escalation of conflict, and fosters better communication and understanding. By embracing silence, you not only improve your interactions with others, but also enhance your own emotional health and well-being. 2. During gossip. Gossip is a social poison that damages reputations and sows discord. It can be tempting to participate, especially when it feels like everyone else is doing it. However, the Stoics remind us of the virtue of integrity. Staying silent in the face of gossip is a powerful act of integrity. When you choose silence, you set a higher standard for yourself and others. By not engaging, you subtly encourage those around you to reconsider their words. It's a quiet form of leadership that can have a ripple effect, promoting a culture of respect and dignity. Imagine you're in a break room and your colleagues start discussing a rumor about a coworker. You feel the pull to join in, to add your voice to the chorus of speculation and judgment, but you choose silence. Silence here is not just a passive withdrawal, but an active choice. You might look down at your phone, sip your coffee, or focus on something else. Your silence sends a message. It says, "I won't be part of this." Over time, this choice can influence the behavior of those around you. People might start to notice and respect your stance, perhaps even feel a bit ashamed of their own participation. Moreover, when you stay silent during gossip, you protect your own reputation. People who gossip with you will gossip about you. By not engaging, you show that you are trustworthy and respectful, qualities that are highly valued in any relationship. You become known as someone who can be trusted with sensitive information, someone who won't spread rumors or betray confidences. Let's take a closer look at why gossip is so damaging. When we gossip, we are often making judgments about people without knowing the full story. We might be spreading false information or unfairly characterizing someone's actions. This not only harms the person being gossiped about, but also creates a toxic environment where people feel unsafe and distrustful. Imagine a work environment where gossip is rampant. People are constantly worried about what's being said behind their backs. This breeds insecurity and undermines team cohesion. Now, contrast that with a workplace where people choose silence over gossip. Trust and mutual respect are likely to flourish, leading to a more positive and productive atmosphere. Gossip also has a way of backfiring. Think about times when you've participated in gossip only to later find out you were wrong or that your words were repeated to the person you were talking about. The momentary thrill of gossip is not worth the long-term damage it can cause to your relationships and your own sense of integrity. Consider the wisdom of Epictetus, who emphasized the importance of focusing on what we can control. We cannot control what others say or do, but we can control our own actions and words. By choosing silence in the face of gossip, we exercise this control. We decide not to contribute to the spread of negativity and instead uphold our own values. There's also a deeper, more personal benefit to staying silent during gossip. It's an exercise in self-discipline and self-awareness. When you feel the urge to gossip, it's an opportunity to reflect on why. Are you trying to fit in? Are you seeking attention or approval? Are you projecting your own insecurities onto others? By choosing silence, you give yourself the space to understand and address these underlying motivations. Moreover, silence can transform the dynamic of the conversation. It can encourage others to shift the topic to something more positive or meaningful. You might steer the conversation towards common interests, current events, or personal achievements. This not only breaks the cycle of negativity, but also fosters more meaningful connections with those around you. Consider a scenario where you're with friends and the conversation turns to gossip. You could change the subject by asking about their latest hobbies, upcoming plans, or opinions on a recent book or movie. This shift can lead to a more enriching and enjoyable discussion, and it shows your friends that your time together is valued for genuine connection, not tearing others down. Also, silence during gossip helps maintain your mental peace. Engaging in gossip often leaves a residue of guilt or unease. You might replay the conversation in your mind, worrying about the impact of your words. By choosing silence, you avoid this mental turmoil and maintain a clear conscience. Think about the long-term impact on your personal growth. Every time you resist the urge to gossip, you strengthen your character. You become more aligned with your values and more attuned to the kind of person you want to be. This practice of integrity and self-control can have profound effects on all areas of your life, from your personal relationships to your professional endeavors. To sum up, staying silent during gossip is a powerful act of integrity and self-control. It protects your reputation, fosters trust and respect, and creates a more positive social environment. By choosing silence, you not only uphold your own values, but also encourage others to do the same, leading to more meaningful and respectful interactions. This practice, rooted in Stoic wisdom, can significantly enhance your personal and professional life, leading to deeper connections and a stronger sense of self. 3. When someone is grieving. Grief is a profound and complex emotion that often leaves us at a loss for words. When someone we care about is grieving, our natural inclination might be to offer words of comfort, advice, or even try to cheer them up. However, the Stoics understood that in moments of deep sorrow, silence can be more powerful and comforting than any words. Imagine standing beside a friend who has just lost a loved one. The air is heavy with the weight of their sorrow, and you can see the pain etched on their face. In this moment, the most compassionate thing you can do might be to simply remain silent. Your presence alone can speak volumes, conveying support, understanding, and solidarity. Silence in the face of grief is an act of respect. It acknowledges that the grieving person's feelings are valid and that there is no need to fill the space with platitudes or attempts to fix what cannot be fixed. By choosing silence, you honor their pain and provide a safe space for them to express their emotions however they need to. Consider the teachings of Seneca, who emphasized the importance of being present with others in their suffering. He believed that true empathy involves sharing in another's pain, not just through words, but through presence and understanding. When you stay silent, you are not dismissing their grief. You are sharing it in a way that words often cannot. Practically, this might look like sitting quietly with your grieving friend, holding their hand, or offering a shoulder to cry on. You don't need to have the perfect thing to say. In fact, trying too hard to say the right thing can sometimes make the grieving person feel more isolated or misunderstood. Instead, your silence and your willingness to simply be there can be a profound source of comfort. Think about the impact of a silent vigil or a moment of silence at a memorial service. These practices are powerful precisely because they create a collective space for reflection and shared sorrow. They allow everyone present to feel connected in their grief without the pressure of finding the right words. This communal silence can be deeply healing, providing a sense of unity and support. Silence also gives the grieving person the freedom to speak if they want to. When you are silent, you are not filling the space with your own thoughts or feelings, which can make it easier for the other person to open up. They may need to talk about their loved one, share memories, or express their pain. Your silence can create a safe and receptive space for them to do so. Furthermore, silence allows you to listen more deeply. In our society, we often equate listening with waiting for our turn to speak. True listening, however, requires us to be fully present and attentive to the other person's experience. When you are silent, you can truly hear what the grieving person is saying, not just their words, but the emotions behind them. This kind of listening can make the person feel truly seen and understood. Imagine you are with a family member who is grieving the loss of their spouse. They begin to talk about their partner, sharing stories and memories. By remaining silent and attentive, you allow them to process their grief and honor their loved one's memory. Your silence becomes a vessel for their words, holding space for their emotions. In addition to providing comfort to others, practicing silence in the face of grief can also be beneficial for your own emotional health. Grief can be overwhelming, not just for the person directly experiencing it, but also for those around them. By embracing silence, you give yourself permission to feel your own emotions without the added pressure of finding the right thing to say. This can help you process your own feelings of loss and sadness more effectively. Moreover, silence can help you develop a deeper sense of empathy and compassion. When you are silent, you are not imposing your own perspective or solutions onto the grieving person. Instead, you are fully present with them in their experience. This can deepen your understanding of their pain and strengthen your connection with them. Let's also consider the role of silence in long-term support for someone who is grieving. Grief doesn't follow a set timeline, and people often experience waves of sadness long after the initial loss. By continuing to offer silent support, you demonstrate that you are there for the long haul, not just in the immediate aftermath. This ongoing presence can be incredibly comforting and reassuring. To illustrate, imagine a friend who lost a parent a year ago. On the anniversary of their death, you spend the day with them, perhaps visiting the gravesite or looking through old photos. You don't need to say much. Your silent companionship is a powerful reminder that they are not alone in their grief. Ultimately, practicing silence when someone is grieving is about creating a space of compassion, understanding, and respect. It's about being fully present with the person in their pain, without trying to fix it or take it away. By choosing silence, you offer a profound gift, the gift of your presence and your willingness to share in their sorrow. To sum up, silence in the face of grief is a powerful and compassionate response. It honors the grieving person's pain, provides a safe space for them to express their emotions, and allows for deeper listening and understanding. By embracing silence, you offer a profound form of support that words alone cannot provide, fostering a deeper connection and a sense of shared humanity. 4. When you're being criticized. Criticism can be a bitter pill to swallow, especially when it feels unjust or harsh. Our instinct might be to defend ourselves, to explain, or even to lash out. However, the Stoics teach us that silence can be a powerful response to criticism, allowing us to maintain our composure and dignity while also providing an opportunity for self-improvement. Imagine you're in a meeting and a colleague criticizes your recent project. The immediate urge to defend yourself or counterattack rises within you, but instead you choose silence. This silence is not an admission of guilt or an act of submission. It is a deliberate and thoughtful pause. By not responding immediately, you give yourself the time to absorb the critique and reflect on its validity without the interference of emotional reactions. Consider the wisdom of Epictetus, who emphasized the importance of focusing on what we can control. We cannot control how others perceive us or what they say, but we can control our reaction. Silence in the face of criticism is an exercise of this control. It demonstrates that you are not easily rattled and that you have the strength to withstand scrutiny with grace. In practical terms, when you remain silent after receiving criticism, you project confidence and self-assurance. Your silence can be disarming. It shows that you are secure enough in yourself to listen without needing to immediately justify or defend your actions. This can often lead to a more productive and respectful dialogue once the initial tension has dissipated. Furthermore, silence allows you to listen actively. Instead of planning your rebuttal while the other person is speaking, you can focus entirely on understanding their perspective. This deep listening can reveal valuable insights and opportunities for growth that you might miss if you are too busy defending yourself. It also demonstrates respect for the other person's opinion, which can strengthen your relationships and build mutual trust. Imagine a scenario where your manager critiques your performance. By remaining silent, you can hear the full scope of their concerns without interruption. This silence gives you the opportunity to understand their expectations and identify any areas where you might improve. Later, after you have had time to reflect, you can respond thoughtfully, acknowledging any valid points and discussing ways to address them. Silence also provides a buffer against reacting in anger or frustration, which can escalate the situation and damage your professional relationships. By not immediately responding, you avoid saying something in the heat of the moment that you might later regret. Instead, you can take the time to cool down and approach the conversation from a place of calm and reason. Consider the example of Marcus Aurelius, who often wrote about the importance of self-discipline and maintaining equanimity in the face of criticism. He believed that criticism, even if unjust, is an opportunity to practice patience and humility. When you remain silent, you are embodying this Stoic principle, showing that you are more concerned with your own character and growth than with external validation or approval. There is also a psychological benefit to this practice. By choosing silence, you create a mental space where you can process your emotions and thoughts before responding. This can help you to respond more constructively and with greater clarity. Over time, this can build your resilience and your ability to handle criticism without becoming defensive or upset. Imagine a personal relationship scenario where your partner criticizes something you did. Choosing silence allows you to avoid a knee-jerk reaction and instead gives you the chance to understand their feelings and concerns. This silent pause can be a powerful tool for de-escalating potential conflicts and fostering a deeper understanding between you. Silence in the face of criticism is also an act of self-respect. It shows that you value your own peace of mind and dignity above the need to immediately counter every negative remark. It's a reminder that your worth is not determined by others' opinions, but by your own actions and integrity. Moreover, practicing silence can transform the dynamic of criticism itself. When people see that you handle criticism with calmness and poise, they may be more inclined to approach you with respect and constructiveness in the future. Your silence sets a tone of maturity and composure that can influence how others interact with you. Reflect on how silence in criticism aligns with the Stoic practice of examining our own thoughts and behaviors. Instead of reacting impulsively, we use silence to turn inward, to question whether there is truth in the criticism and what we can learn from it. This self-examination is a path to personal growth and improvement, turning potential negatives into opportunities for development. To sum up, silence in the face of criticism is a powerful and transformative practice. It allows you to maintain your composure, listen actively, and respond thoughtfully. It demonstrates self-control, respect for others, and a commitment to personal growth. By embracing silence, you can turn criticism into a valuable tool for self-improvement and strengthen your relationships, both personally and professionally. This approach, deeply rooted in Stoic philosophy, can lead to greater resilience, understanding, and inner peace. 5. In the face of provocation. Provocation is a test of character. When someone deliberately tries to annoy, anger, or unsettle you, your response can reveal much about your inner strength and self-control. The Stoics believed that silence in the face of provocation is a mark of wisdom and resilience, allowing you to rise above petty conflicts and maintain your composure. Picture a situation where someone is trying to provoke you, perhaps a colleague making snide remarks, a stranger cutting you off in traffic, or a friend teasing you in a way that feels more hurtful than playful. The instinctive reaction might be to snap back, to defend yourself, or to engage in the conflict. However, choosing silence can be a powerful alternative. When you remain silent in the face of provocation, you refuse to give the provocateur what they want, a reaction. Your silence can be disarming and frustrating for the person trying to provoke you. It shows that you are not easily manipulated and that their attempts to unsettle you are ineffective. This silent stance demonstrates your inner strength and emotional stability. Marcus Aurelius, one of the great Stoic philosophers, often wrote about the importance of maintaining control over one's own responses. He believed that external events and the actions of others are beyond our control, but our reactions are within our power. By choosing silence, you exercise this control and refuse to be dragged into unnecessary conflict. Consider the practical benefits of silence in such situations. When you don't respond to provocation, you avoid escalating the conflict. This can prevent the situation from becoming more heated and potentially harmful. It also allows you to preserve your energy and focus on more important matters. Over time, this practice can lead to a more peaceful and centered way of life. Imagine a scenario where a coworker is trying to provoke you during a meeting by undermining your ideas. Instead of snapping back, you choose to remain silent. You calmly continue to present your ideas without acknowledging the provocation. This not only maintains the professionalism of the meeting, but also demonstrates your confidence and resilience. Your silence speaks volumes about your character and your ability to stay focused on your goals despite distractions. Silence in the face of provocation also gives you the opportunity to reflect on the motives behind the provocation. Often, people who provoke others are projecting their own insecurities or frustrations. By not reacting, you avoid being drawn into their negative emotions and can maintain your own emotional balance. Consider the story of Epictetus, who taught that we should see provocations as opportunities to practice patience and self-control. He believed that every provocation is a chance to strengthen our character and develop greater resilience. When you choose silence, you are not avoiding the issue, but rather using it as a training ground for personal growth. There is also a strategic element to silence. By not reacting immediately, you give yourself time to think and assess the situation. This pause allows you to choose a more measured and effective response if one is needed later. It prevents you from saying something in the heat of the moment that you might regret or that might exacerbate the situation. Imagine a social media exchange where someone posts a provocative comment aimed at you. Instead of firing back, you choose silence. You take the time to think about whether a response is even necessary. If you do decide to respond, your reply can be calm, measured and thoughtful, rather than a knee-jerk reaction. This approach not only preserves your dignity, but also sets a positive example for others. Silence in the face of provocation can also protect your mental health. Engaging in conflicts, especially over trivial matters, can be draining and stressful. By choosing silence, you preserve your peace of mind and focus your energy on more meaningful and constructive activities. This practice can lead to a more balanced and fulfilling life. Moreover, silence can transform the dynamic of the relationship with the provocateur. When they see that their attempts to provoke you are unsuccessful, they may eventually stop trying. Your consistent silence and refusal to engage in conflict can lead to a more respectful and peaceful interaction over time. To illustrate, consider a personal relationship where a family member often tries to provoke you during gatherings. By consistently choosing silence and not reacting to their provocations, you set a boundary that their behavior is unacceptable. Over time, they may begin to respect this boundary, leading to more harmonious family interactions. Ultimately, choosing silence in the face of provocation is about maintaining your own integrity and inner peace. It's about refusing to be drawn into negativity and conflict, and instead focusing on what truly matters. By practicing this form of silence, you demonstrate strength, wisdom, and emotional resilience. In essence, silence in the face of provocation is a powerful tool for personal growth and maintaining peace. It allows you to rise above petty conflicts, preserve your energy, and maintain your composure. This practice, deeply rooted in Stoic philosophy, can lead to a more resilient, balanced, and fulfilling life. By embracing silence, you not only protect your own well-being, but also set a positive example for others, fostering a culture of respect and understanding. 6. When you don't know the facts. In today's fast-paced world, we often feel pressured to have an opinion on everything. Whether it's a discussion about current events, a debate on social media, or a conversation among friends, the expectation to contribute can be overwhelming. The Stoics, however, teach us the value of silence when we don't know the facts. This practice not only prevents the spread of misinformation, but also demonstrates humility and wisdom. Picture a scenario where you're at a dinner party and the topic of conversation turns to a recent news event. Everyone around you seems to have strong opinions, and you feel the pressure to join in. However, you realize that you don't have all the information about the event. Instead of speaking out of a desire to fit in, you choose silence. This decision, far from being a sign of ignorance, reflects your commitment to truth and understanding. Silence in this context is a form of intellectual humility. It acknowledges that you do not have enough information to contribute meaningfully to the discussion. By remaining silent, you avoid the risk of spreading misinformation or making unfounded claims. This practice aligns with the Stoic principle of living in accordance with reason and truth. Consider the wisdom of Epictetus, who taught that we should be cautious in our judgments and avoid speaking on matters we do not fully understand. He emphasized that true wisdom comes from recognizing the limits of our knowledge. When you choose silence, you embody this principle, demonstrating that you value accuracy over appearance. Practically, this might look like listening more than speaking in conversations about complex or unfamiliar topics. By asking questions and seeking to understand others' perspectives, you can gain a deeper insight into the subject matter. This approach not only enhances your own knowledge, but also shows respect for the expertise and experiences of others. Imagine you're in a meeting at work and a colleague presents data that you're unfamiliar with. Instead of feeling compelled to comment immediately, you choose to listen carefully and take notes. After the meeting, you take the time to research the topic and verify the information. Later, when you do contribute, your input is well-informed and valuable, reflecting your dedication to understanding the facts before speaking. Silence also helps to cultivate a more thoughtful and reflective mindset. In a world where quick reactions are often valued over considered responses, taking the time to gather information before speaking can lead to more meaningful and constructive dialogues. This reflective approach can prevent misunderstandings and foster a deeper level of communication. Consider how this principle applies to social media, a platform where misinformation can spread rapidly. Before sharing an article or expressing an opinion, you might choose to pause and verify the facts. This silent pause, though it may seem small, can have a significant impact by preventing the spread of false information and encouraging a more thoughtful discourse. Moreover, silence can be a powerful tool for learning. When you acknowledge that you don't know something, you open yourself up to new knowledge and perspectives. This willingness to learn is a hallmark of intellectual humility and curiosity. By remaining silent and listening, you create opportunities for growth and discovery. Imagine a situation where a friend is discussing a book they've read and you realize you know nothing about the topic. Instead of pretending to know or offering vague comments, you choose silence. You listen intently, ask questions, and express genuine interest in learning more. This approach not only enriches your own understanding, but also deepens your connection with your friend, who appreciates your curiosity and respect for their knowledge. Silence in the face of incomplete information also demonstrates integrity. It shows that you are committed to speaking truthfully and responsibly. In a world where opinions are often formed and expressed hastily, your choice to remain silent until you have the facts sets you apart as someone who values truth and careful consideration. Consider the example of Socrates, who famously declared that true wisdom comes from recognizing our own ignorance. By admitting what we do not know, we take the first step towards genuine understanding and wisdom. When you choose silence because you don't know the facts, you are following in the footsteps of one of history's greatest philosophers. Furthermore, this practice can foster a culture of respect and thoughtful dialogue. When others see that you are willing to listen and learn rather than hastily offer opinions, they may be encouraged to adopt a similar approach. This can lead to more respectful and meaningful conversations, both in personal and professional settings. To sum up, choosing silence when you don't know the facts is a powerful and wise practice. It prevents the spread of misinformation, demonstrates intellectual humility, and fosters a more thoughtful and reflective mindset. By embracing this form of silence, you align yourself with the Stoic principles of reason and truth, setting an example for others and contributing to a more informed and respectful discourse. This practice can lead to deeper understanding, stronger relationships, and a more fulfilling pursuit of knowledge and wisdom. 7. When someone else is speaking. Listening is a profound act of respect and understanding, yet it's often undervalued in our fast-paced world. When someone else is speaking, choosing silence allows you to fully absorb what they are saying and demonstrates that you value their perspective. This practice, rooted in Stoic principles, can deepen relationships and foster more meaningful communication. Imagine you're in a conversation with a friend who is sharing a personal story or concern. The temptation might be to interject with your own experiences or opinions. However, by choosing to remain silent, you give them the space to express themselves fully. This silence is not passive, it's an active engagement in the process of listening. Epictetus, a prominent Stoic philosopher, emphasized the importance of listening more and speaking less. He believed that by truly listening, we can learn more about others and the world around us. When you choose silence while someone else is speaking, you are practicing this Stoic wisdom, allowing yourself to be fully present in the conversation. Consider the practical aspects of this approach. When you are silent, you can focus entirely on the speaker's words, tone, and body language. This full attention helps you to understand not just the content of what they are saying, but the emotions and intentions behind it. This deeper understanding can lead to more empathetic and effective responses. Imagine a scenario where you're in a team meeting at work. A colleague is presenting a new idea, and instead of preparing your rebuttal or comment, you choose to listen silently. This not only shows respect for their contribution, but also allows you to fully grasp their perspective. After they've finished, your feedback can be more insightful and constructive because it's based on a complete understanding of their viewpoint. Silence also prevents misunderstandings that can arise from interruptions or incomplete listening. When you allow someone to finish their thought without interjecting, you reduce the risk of misinterpreting their message. This can lead to clearer and more effective communication, avoiding unnecessary conflicts and fostering a more collaborative environment. Think about personal relationships, where listening is crucial for maintaining trust and intimacy. When a partner or family member is sharing their feelings, choosing silence and giving them your undivided attention can significantly strengthen your bond. It shows that you respect their feelings and are willing to understand their perspective fully. Imagine a situation where your partner is expressing their frustration about something that happened at work. By remaining silent and listening attentively, you create a safe space for them to vent and feel heard. This silent support can be incredibly validating for them and can deepen your emotional connection. Later, when you do respond, your words will be more thoughtful and supportive because they are based on a full understanding of their experience. Silence in these moments also allows you to reflect on your own thoughts and feelings before responding. Instead of reacting impulsively, you have the opportunity to consider your response carefully. This reflective pause can lead to more thoughtful and constructive dialogue, enhancing the quality of your interactions. Consider the teachings of Marcus Aurelius, who valued the practice of pausing and reflecting before speaking. He believed that thoughtful communication is key to harmonious relationships and effective leadership. By embracing silence while others speak, you embody this Stoic principle, promoting more meaningful and respectful interactions. Furthermore, silence can foster a culture of respect and active listening within groups. When one person practices this kind of silence, it sets a positive example for others. Over time, this can lead to a more supportive and collaborative environment, whether in a family, workplace, or community setting. Imagine a classroom where the teacher encourages students to listen silently while their peers are speaking. This practice not only enhances the learning experience, but also teaches the value of respect and empathy. Students learn to appreciate different perspectives and develop better communication skills, which are essential for their personal and professional lives. Silence also plays a critical role in conflict resolution. When emotions run high and disagreements arise, choosing silence can prevent escalation. By listening fully to the other person's grievances without interrupting, you show that you are committed to understanding their point of view. This can de-escalate tension and create a more conducive environment for finding common ground. Imagine a heated argument where both parties are talking over each other, neither really listening. By choosing to remain silent and let the other person speak, you break the cycle of interruption and create space for a more constructive conversation. This act of silence can shift the dynamic from confrontation to collaboration, paving the way for resolution and understanding. In essence, choosing silence when someone else is speaking is a powerful practice that enhances communication and relationships. It demonstrates respect, fosters deeper understanding, and prevents misunderstandings. By embracing this form of silence, you align yourself with Stoic principles of wisdom and empathy, contributing to more meaningful and respectful interactions. Ultimately, this practice enriches both your personal and professional life. It builds trust, strengthens relationships, and promotes a culture of active listening and mutual respect. By prioritizing silence in these moments, you create a space where true dialogue can flourish, leading to deeper connections and a more fulfilling experience of life. 8. During meditation or reflection. Meditation and reflection are sacred practices that provide us with an opportunity to connect with our inner selves and gain deeper insights into our thoughts and emotions. The Stoics placed immense value on these practices, advocating for regular periods of silence to cultivate wisdom, self-awareness, and tranquility. Picture a quiet morning, the world still and peaceful. You find a comfortable place to sit, close your eyes, and enter a state of silence. This silence is not just the absence of external noise, but a deliberate retreat from the constant chatter of your mind. It is a space where you can turn inward and reflect on your thoughts, actions, and emotions without distraction. Marcus Aurelius, in his Meditations, often spoke of the importance of introspection and solitude. He believed that by regularly setting aside time for silent reflection, we can better understand our motivations, correct our faults, and align ourselves with our true values. When you embrace silence during meditation or reflection, you are practicing this Stoic wisdom, creating a sanctuary for personal growth and self-discovery. Consider the practical benefits of this practice. Silence during meditation allows you to observe your thoughts without judgment. Instead of getting caught up in the narrative of your mind, you can simply notice what arises, whether it's a fleeting emotion, a persistent worry, or a recurring thought. This observational stance helps you to detach from your thoughts and gain a clearer perspective on your inner world. Imagine you are meditating after a stressful day at work. As you sit in silence, you notice thoughts of frustration and anxiety bubbling up. Instead of pushing these thoughts away or getting entangled in them, you simply observe them. This act of silent observation creates a sense of distance between you and your thoughts, helping you to see them as transient and not necessarily reflective of your true self. Over time, this practice can lead to greater emotional resilience and mental clarity. Silence during reflection also allows for deeper insights into your actions and behaviors. When you take the time to sit quietly and contemplate your day, you can evaluate your decisions and interactions more objectively. This silent reflection can reveal patterns in your behavior that you might not notice in the midst of daily activities, providing valuable insights for personal growth. Consider the teachings of Seneca, who emphasized the importance of nightly reflection. He recommended that we review our actions each day, asking ourselves what we did well, what we could have done better, and how we can improve. By engaging in this practice silently, without the distractions of external input, we create a focused environment for honest self-assessment. Imagine ending your day with a few minutes of silent reflection. You think back on your interactions, considering moments where you acted with kindness and integrity, as well as those where you fell short. This silent contemplation helps you to acknowledge your strengths and identify areas for improvement, fostering a continuous cycle of personal development. Silence also plays a crucial role in cultivating mindfulness. When we practice silent meditation, we train our minds to stay present in the moment. This presence can significantly enhance our overall well-being, as it allows us to fully experience and appreciate the here and now, rather than getting lost in regrets about the past or worries about the future. Imagine you're walking in nature, practicing silent mindfulness. Without the distraction of conversation or external noise, you become acutely aware of the sights, sounds, and sensations around you. The rustling leaves, the chirping birds, the feel of the ground beneath your feet. All these details come to life in the silence. This heightened awareness can foster a deep sense of peace and connection with the world around you. Moreover, silence in meditation and reflection can help to calm the mind and reduce stress. Our lives are often filled with noise and constant activity, which can lead to mental fatigue and burnout. By intentionally embracing silence, we give our minds a chance to rest and rejuvenate. This mental break can improve our focus, creativity, and overall mental health. Consider the example of Thich Nhat Hanh, a Zen master who often spoke about the healing power of silence. He taught that silence is essential for true listening and deep understanding, both of ourselves and of others. When we create a regular practice of silent meditation, we cultivate inner peace and clarity, which can transform our lives and relationships. Imagine you're facing a challenging situation and feeling overwhelmed. Taking a few moments to sit in silence can help you to center yourself and approach the problem with a clearer, more focused mind. This practice of silent reflection can be a powerful tool for navigating life's challenges with greater ease and composure. In summary, embracing silence during meditation and reflection is a profound practice that offers numerous benefits. It fosters self-awareness, emotional resilience, and mental clarity, allowing us to connect more deeply with our inner selves and the world around us. By making time for silent meditation and reflection, we align ourselves with Stoic principles of wisdom and introspection, creating a foundation for continuous personal growth and well-being. Ultimately, this practice enriches our lives by providing a space for rest, rejuvenation, and self-discovery. It helps us to navigate life's challenges with greater ease and to appreciate the present moment fully. By embracing silence in meditation and reflection, we cultivate a deeper sense of peace, clarity, and connection, leading to a more balanced and fulfilling life. 9. When listening to nature. In our increasingly urbanized and digitalized world, the sounds of nature can seem like a distant memory. Yet, for the Stoics and many other philosophical traditions, nature is a source of profound wisdom and tranquility. Embracing silence while listening to nature can reconnect us with the natural world, providing a sense of peace and grounding that is often missing in our hectic lives. Imagine yourself walking through a forest, the canopy of trees above filtering the sunlight, casting dappled shadows on the ground. As you walk, you decide to embrace silence, turning off your phone and refraining from conversation. This decision to be silent allows you to fully immerse yourself in the natural surroundings. You begin to notice the subtle sounds you might otherwise overlook, the rustle of leaves, the distant call of a bird, the gentle babble of a stream. Silence in nature is not just about hearing these sounds, it's about experiencing them with your whole being. It's about feeling the wind on your face, smelling the earthy scent of the forest floor, and observing the intricate details of a flower or a rock. This immersive experience can be deeply calming, helping to quiet the mind and bring you into the present moment. Marcus Aurelius, one of the great Stoic philosophers, often found solace in nature. He believed that nature reflects the order and rationality of the universe. By observing and listening to nature, we can align ourselves with this order, finding harmony and balance in our own lives. When you practice silence in nature, you are following in the footsteps of Marcus Aurelius, seeking wisdom and tranquility in the natural world. Consider the practical benefits of this practice. Silence in nature allows you to develop a deeper appreciation for the environment. When you are not distracted by conversation or technology, you can observe the intricate details and rhythms of the natural world. This heightened awareness can foster a greater sense of gratitude and respect for nature, encouraging more sustainable and mindful living. Imagine a scenario where you are sitting by a lake, watching the sunset. The sky is painted in hues of orange and pink, and the water reflects this beautiful palette. As you sit in silence, you become more attuned to the gentle lapping of the water against the shore, the distant croak of a frog, and the rustling of reeds in the breeze. This silent observation allows you to fully absorb the beauty and tranquility of the moment, creating a sense of inner peace and connection. Silence in nature also provides an opportunity for reflection and introspection. The natural world, with its cycles and rhythms, can offer valuable insights into our own lives. By observing the changing seasons, the growth of plants, and the behavior of animals, we can gain a deeper understanding of the natural cycles and processes that influence our own existence. Consider the wisdom of Epictetus, who taught that we should live in accordance with nature. He believed that by observing and learning from the natural world, we can develop a more harmonious and balanced way of living. When you practice silence in nature, you create a space for this observation and learning, allowing you to align more closely with the natural order. Imagine spending a day hiking in the mountains. As you ascend, you pass through different ecological zones, each with its own unique flora and fauna. By remaining silent and observant, you notice the adaptability and resilience of the plants and animals that thrive in these varying conditions. This observation can inspire you to reflect on your own adaptability and resilience, drawing parallels between the natural world and your personal experiences. Silence in nature can also enhance your physical and mental well-being. Numerous studies have shown that spending time in natural environments can reduce stress, lower blood pressure, and improve mood. When you embrace silence during these moments, the benefits are amplified. The absence of artificial noise allows your body and mind to fully relax and rejuvenate, leading to a greater sense of overall well-being. Consider the example of John Muir, the renowned naturalist and conservationist. He often spoke about the healing power of nature and the importance of immersing oneself in its beauty and tranquility. By practicing silence in nature, you tap into this healing power, creating a sanctuary for your mind and body. Imagine you're camping in a remote location, far from the noise and distractions of the city. At night, you sit by the campfire, listening to the crackling of the wood and the sounds of nocturnal creatures. This silent communion with nature can be profoundly restorative, helping you to reconnect with the natural rhythms and cycles that are often obscured by modern life. Ultimately, embracing silence while listening to nature is a practice that can enrich your life in many ways. It fosters a deeper connection with the environment, enhances your well-being, and provides valuable insights for personal growth. By aligning yourself with the Stoic principles of wisdom and tranquility, you create a foundation for a more balanced and fulfilling life. To conclude, silence in nature is a powerful practice that offers numerous benefits. It allows you to fully immerse yourself in the natural world, fostering a deeper appreciation for the environment and enhancing your overall well-being. By embracing this form of silence, you reconnect with the wisdom and tranquility of nature, aligning yourself with Stoic principles and creating a path to a more harmonious and fulfilling life. 10. When making a decision. Decision-making is a fundamental aspect of our lives, impacting everything from our daily routines to major life choices. The Stoics emphasize the importance of reason and contemplation in making decisions, and silence can be a crucial tool in this process. By embracing silence when making a decision, you create a space for thoughtful reflection, enabling you to choose wisely and deliberately. Imagine you are faced with a significant decision, such as changing jobs, moving to a new city, or entering a new relationship. The modern world often pressures us to make decisions quickly, driven by external expectations or the fear of missing out. However, the Stoics teach us to resist this pressure and instead seek clarity through silence. When you choose silence, you give yourself the opportunity to step back from the immediate noise and distractions. This silence is not simply the absence of sound, but an intentional retreat from the external influences that can cloud your judgment. It allows you to listen to your inner voice and weigh the pros and cons without interruption. Consider the wisdom of Seneca, who emphasized the importance of calm and deliberate decision-making. He believed that rushing into decisions can lead to mistakes and regrets. By practicing silence, you create a space to contemplate your options carefully, ensuring that your decisions are grounded in reason and aligned with your values. Imagine sitting in a quiet room, free from the distractions of phones, computers, and conversations. You close your eyes and take a few deep breaths, centering yourself in the present moment. In this silent space, you begin to reflect on your decision. You consider the potential outcomes, the risks, and the benefits. This period of silence allows you to connect with your deeper intuition and wisdom, leading to a more informed and thoughtful choice. Silence also provides an opportunity to gather and process information. When making a decision, it's essential to have a clear understanding of all the relevant facts and perspectives. By taking time to research and reflect in silence, you ensure that you are making a well-informed decision. This approach aligns with the Stoic principle of seeking truth and understanding before taking action. Consider a scenario where you are deciding whether to accept a new job offer. Instead of immediately discussing it with friends or family, you choose to spend some time in silent reflection. You review the details of the offer, consider how it aligns with your career goals and values, and weigh the potential impact on your personal life. This silent contemplation helps you to make a decision based on careful consideration rather than external opinions or pressures. Silence can also help you to manage your emotions, which can sometimes cloud judgment during decision-making. By creating a quiet space for reflection, you can observe your emotional responses without being overwhelmed by them. This emotional detachment allows you to see the situation more clearly and make a decision that is not driven by temporary feelings. Imagine you are deciding whether to invest in a new business venture. You feel excitement and anticipation, but also anxiety and doubt. By sitting in silence and acknowledging these emotions without reacting to them, you can gain a clearer perspective. You might realize that your excitement is based on potential opportunities, while your anxiety stems from fear of failure. This balanced understanding helps you to make a decision that considers both the potential rewards and risks. Moreover, silence can foster creativity and innovative thinking. When you are not bombarded by external stimuli, your mind has the freedom to explore new ideas and solutions. This creative space can lead to more effective and imaginative decision-making, as you are able to think outside the box and consider alternative approaches. Consider the example of Thomas Edison, who often took time to sit quietly and think deeply about his inventions. This practice of silent contemplation allowed him to come up with innovative solutions and make groundbreaking decisions. By embracing silence, you too can tap into this creative potential and make decisions that are both thoughtful and innovative. Silence in decision-making also aligns with the Stoic practice of focusing on what is within our control. By taking time to reflect silently, you can identify the aspects of the decision that you can influence and let go of the elements that are beyond your control. This clarity helps you to make decisions with a sense of empowerment and responsibility, rather than feeling overwhelmed by uncertainty. Imagine you are considering moving to a new city. In silence, you reflect on the factors that are within your control, such as finding a job, securing housing, and building a social network. You also acknowledge the uncertainties, like adapting to a new environment and making new friends. This balanced approach allows you to make a decision that is both realistic and proactive, focusing on what you can do to ensure a successful transition. Ultimately, embracing silence when making a decision is about creating a space for thoughtful reflection and informed choice. It allows you to connect with your inner wisdom, manage your emotions, and gather the necessary information to make a well-considered decision. This practice, deeply rooted in Stoic philosophy, leads to more deliberate and effective decision-making, enhancing both your personal and professional life. To sum up, silence in decision-making is a powerful tool that fosters clarity, creativity, and thoughtful reflection. It aligns with the Stoic principles of reason, truth, and self-control, enabling you to make decisions that are informed, deliberate, and aligned with your values. By embracing this practice, you create a foundation for wise and effective decision-making, leading to a more balanced and fulfilling life. 11. Inner disagreement. Disagreements are an inevitable part of life, occurring in personal relationships, at work, and in social interactions. How we handle these disagreements can significantly impact our relationships and personal well-being. The Stoics teach us the value of silence in these moments, promoting it as a tool for maintaining peace, understanding, and effective communication. Imagine you are in a heated argument with a close friend or family member. Emotions are running high, and both of you are eager to make your points heard. The natural inclination might be to interrupt, defend yourself, or raise your voice to assert your position. However, choosing silence in such moments can be incredibly powerful. Silence during a disagreement is not about avoiding the issue or suppressing your feelings. Instead, it's about creating space for thoughtful listening and reflection. By choosing to remain silent, you give yourself the opportunity to fully hear the other person's perspective without the noise of your immediate reactions. This can lead to a deeper understanding and a more constructive resolution. Consider the wisdom of Marcus Aurelius, who often wrote about the importance of patience and understanding in human interactions. He believed that everyone is fighting their own battles, and by remaining calm and composed, we can foster more meaningful connections. When you choose silence in a disagreement, you are practicing this Stoic principle, showing empathy and respect for the other person's viewpoint. Imagine you are in a disagreement with a colleague at work. They criticize your approach to a project, and you feel the urge to defend yourself. Instead, you choose to remain silent and listen. This silence allows you to hear their concerns fully and without interruption. It also gives you time to consider their points and your own response more carefully. Later, when you do speak, your words are more measured and constructive, leading to a more productive discussion. Silence can also de-escalate a conflict. In the heat of an argument, words spoken in anger or frustration can escalate the situation, leading to more significant misunderstandings and hurt feelings. By choosing silence, you prevent this escalation and create a calmer environment for resolution. This can be particularly effective in personal relationships, where emotions can run high and conflicts can become deeply personal. Imagine a disagreement with your partner. The argument starts to escalate and you feel anger rising. By choosing to remain silent and taking a few deep breaths, you give yourself and your partner a moment to cool down. This pause can prevent the argument from spiraling out of control and allows both of you to approach the issue with a clearer mind. Moreover, silence allows you to reflect on your own emotions and reactions. In the midst of a disagreement, it's easy to get caught up in the moment and react impulsively. By choosing silence, you create a space to examine your feelings and consider why you are reacting the way you are. This self-reflection can lead to greater self-awareness and help you to respond more thoughtfully. Consider the teachings of Seneca, who emphasized the importance of self-control and reflection. He believed that by understanding our own emotions and motivations, we can better navigate conflicts and maintain inner peace. When you practice silence in a disagreement, you are engaging in this reflective process, gaining insights into your own behavior and reactions. Imagine you're arguing with a friend about a political issue. The conversation becomes heated, and you both start raising your voices. By choosing silence, you take a step back and consider why this issue is so important to you and how your emotions are influencing your responses. This reflection helps you to approach the conversation more calmly and with greater clarity, leading to a more respectful and productive dialogue. Silence in disagreements also fosters better listening and understanding. When both parties are focused on making their own points, they often miss what the other person is trying to say. By choosing silence, you demonstrate a willingness to listen and understand the other person's perspective fully. This can lead to more effective communication and a greater likelihood of finding common ground. Imagine a scenario where you are discussing a sensitive topic with a family member. By remaining silent and truly listening to their concerns, you show that you value their opinion and are open to understanding their viewpoint. This act of listening can build trust and respect, paving the way for a more meaningful and constructive conversation. Furthermore, silence can serve as a powerful tool for setting boundaries and maintaining your own well-being. In some disagreements, especially those involving toxic or abusive behavior, silence can be a way to disengage and protect yourself. By not engaging in the conflict, you set a clear boundary that such behavior is unacceptable and that you prioritize your own peace and safety. Imagine you're in an argument where the other person starts to become verbally abusive. By choosing silence and walking away, you remove yourself from the harmful situation and protect your mental and emotional health. This silent withdrawal sends a strong message that you will not tolerate disrespectful behavior. In essence, choosing silence in disagreements is a powerful practice that can transform how we handle conflicts. It promotes deeper listening, understanding, and self-reflection, leading to more constructive and respectful resolutions. By embracing silence, you align yourself with Stoic principles of patience, empathy, and self-control, fostering more meaningful and harmonious relationships. To conclude, silence in disagreements is a tool for maintaining peace and promoting understanding. It allows you to listen more deeply, reflect on your own emotions, and de-escalate conflicts. By practicing silence, you can navigate disagreements with greater wisdom and composure, leading to more positive outcomes and stronger relationships. This practice, rooted in Stoic philosophy, can enhance your personal and professional life, creating a foundation for more effective communication and inner peace. 12. When you've made a mistake. Mistakes are an inevitable part of the human experience. They provide opportunities for learning and growth, but they can also be sources of embarrassment, guilt, or frustration. The Stoics teach us that how we respond to our mistakes is crucial for our personal development and peace of mind. Embracing silence when you've made a mistake can help you navigate the aftermath with dignity, self-reflection, and resilience. Imagine you've made an error at work. Perhaps you missed an important deadline, miscalculated a budget, or sent an email to the wrong person. The immediate impulse might be to explain, justify, or even deflect blame. However, the Stoic approach encourages a different response. By choosing silence initially, you create a space to fully understand the mistake and its implications without the clutter of immediate reactions. Silence in the face of a mistake allows you to pause and reflect. This pause is not about avoiding responsibility, but about gathering your thoughts and emotions before responding. It helps you to avoid impulsive reactions that could complicate the situation further. Instead, you can approach the issue with clarity and composure, which is essential for finding a constructive solution. Consider the teachings of Epictetus, who emphasized the importance of accepting what we cannot change and focusing on how we respond. When you make a mistake, the mistake itself is already in the past and beyond your control. However, your response to it is entirely within your power. By choosing silence, you give yourself the time to consider how best to respond, aligning your actions with Stoic principles of wisdom and self-control. Imagine a scenario where you've made a significant mistake on a project. Instead of immediately rushing to explain or defend yourself, you take a moment of silence to assess the situation. You consider what went wrong, why it happened, and what can be done to fix it. This reflective silence allows you to formulate a thoughtful response and plan for corrective action, which you can then present calmly and confidently to your team or supervisor. Silence also allows you to manage your emotions effectively. Mistakes often trigger a range of emotions, from anxiety and frustration to guilt and embarrassment. By embracing silence, you create a space to process these emotions privately, without the added pressure of external judgment or reaction. This emotional management is crucial for maintaining your composure and resilience. Imagine you've made a public mistake, such as giving incorrect information during a presentation. The embarrassment can be intense, and the urge to immediately correct or justify the error can be strong. However, by taking a silent pause, you can gather your thoughts and address the mistake more effectively. This pause might be as simple as taking a deep breath, acknowledging the error calmly, and providing the correct information. This approach demonstrates maturity and poise, turning a potentially awkward situation into an opportunity to show grace under pressure. Moreover, silence can facilitate deeper learning from your mistakes. When you rush to explain or justify an error, you might miss the valuable lessons it can offer. By taking time to reflect silently, you can gain insights into what went wrong and how to avoid similar mistakes in the future. This reflective practice is essential for continuous improvement and personal growth. Consider the example of Marcus Aurelius, who often wrote about the importance of learning from our experiences. He believed that every mistake is an opportunity to understand ourselves better and to grow. When you practice silence after making a mistake, you engage in this process of self-examination and learning, which is fundamental to the Stoic path of personal development. Imagine you've made a mistake in a personal relationship, perhaps saying something hurtful in the heat of the moment. By choosing silence, you give yourself the time to reflect on your words and their impact. This silent reflection helps you to understand why you reacted that way and what you can do to make amends. When you do speak, your apology is more sincere and thoughtful, fostering healing and reconciliation. Silence in the face of a mistake also demonstrates humility. It shows that you are willing to take responsibility and reflect on your actions without rushing to defend your ego. This humility is a key aspect of Stoic wisdom, helping you to build stronger, more authentic relationships based on honesty and mutual respect. Furthermore, silence can be a powerful tool for regaining your confidence. Mistakes can be demoralizing, shaking your self-esteem and confidence. By taking a moment of silence, you create a space to reaffirm your strengths and capabilities. This silent pause allows you to approach the situation with a renewed sense of purpose and determination, turning a setback into a stepping stone for future success. Imagine you've made a mistake in a competitive sports game. The immediate reaction might be frustration or self-criticism. However, by taking a moment of silence, you can refocus and remind yourself of your skills and training. This pause helps you to regain your composure and perform better in the rest of the game, demonstrating resilience and mental strength. Ultimately, embracing silence when you've made a mistake is about creating a space for thoughtful reflection, emotional management, and constructive action. It aligns with Stoic principles of wisdom, humility, and self-control, helping you to navigate mistakes with grace and resilience. By practicing this form of silence, you turn mistakes into opportunities for growth and learning, enhancing both your personal and professional life. To summarize, silence in the face of mistakes is a powerful tool for personal growth and resilience. It allows you to reflect, manage your emotions, and learn from your experiences without the pressure of immediate reactions. By embracing this practice, you align yourself with Stoic principles, fostering a more thoughtful, humble, and effective approach to life's challenges. This silent reflection can transform mistakes into valuable lessons, leading to continuous improvement and a more fulfilling life. 13. When offering condolences. Offering condolences is a delicate and often challenging task. When someone is grieving, words can sometimes feel inadequate or even intrusive. The Stoics, who valued wisdom, empathy, and the power of silence, teach us that in such moments, silence can be the most profound form of support. By choosing silence when offering condolences, you can provide a space of comfort, presence, and genuine compassion. Imagine you are visiting a friend who has recently lost a loved one. The atmosphere is heavy with sorrow, and your friend is visibly distressed. The urge to say something comforting is strong, but the Stoics remind us that sometimes the best support comes from simply being present. By choosing silence, you allow your friend to express their grief without the pressure of responding to your words. Silence in this context is not about avoiding the situation, but about creating a safe and supportive space for the grieving person. It acknowledges the depth of their pain and respects their need to process their emotions in their own time. This silent presence can be incredibly powerful, offering comfort through your mere presence rather than through potentially inadequate words. Consider the wisdom of Epictetus, who taught that we should focus on what we can control and accept what we cannot. In moments of grief, We cannot take away the pain or change the circumstances, but we can control our response. By choosing silence, we provide a stable and supportive presence, which can be a source of great comfort to those who are grieving. Imagine sitting with a grieving friend in their home. They may not feel like talking, and that's okay. Your silent companionship can be a powerful source of support. You might hold their hand, offer a comforting hug, or simply sit beside them, sharing the silence. This non-verbal support can convey more empathy and understanding than any words could. Silence also allows the grieving person the space to speak if and when they are ready. When you remain silent, you are not filling the space with your own thoughts or feelings, which can give the other person the freedom to express their emotions. This can be incredibly healing, as it allows them to share memories, vent their feelings, or simply cry without feeling rushed or judged. Imagine attending a funeral service. The atmosphere is solemn, and people are grieving in their own ways. By choosing silence, you respect the collective need for quiet reflection and mourning. This shared silence can create a sense of unity and support among those present, allowing everyone to grieve together in a meaningful way. Silence can also be a form of respect and humility. In the face of profound loss, it's important to recognize that no words can truly alleviate the pain. By embracing silence, you acknowledge the enormity of the loss and the depth of the grieving person's emotions. This respectful silence can be a powerful way to show that you care deeply without trying to fix what cannot be fixed. Consider the teachings of Seneca, who believed that true empathy involves understanding and sharing in the suffering of others. By choosing silence, you allow yourself to fully empathize with the grieving person's pain. You are present with them in their sorrow, sharing the moment without trying to diminish or distract from it. Imagine visiting a grieving colleague. Instead of trying to find the right words, you sit with them in their office, quietly offering your presence. This silent support can be incredibly meaningful, demonstrating that you are there for them in their time of need, without imposing your own thoughts or feelings. Moreover, silence can provide a space for personal reflection and remembrance. Grieving individuals often need time to reflect on their memories and their feelings. By creating a silent space, you allow them the freedom to engage in this personal process. This can be a crucial part of their healing journey, helping them to process their loss in their own way and at their own pace. Imagine a family gathering after a loss. Each person grieves differently, and silence allows everyone to process their emotions individually while still feeling the support of being together. This collective silence can create a profound sense of solidarity and shared mourning, helping each person to feel less alone in their grief. In essence, choosing silence when offering condolences is about providing a compassionate and respectful presence. It allows the grieving person the space to express their emotions, honors the depth of their loss, and demonstrates true empathy. This practice, deeply rooted in Stoic principles, can be a powerful way to support those who are grieving. Thank you for journeying through the art of silence with us. Each of the 13 situations we've explored highlights the profound impact that silence can have on our lives and relationships. Whether it's calming the flames of anger, offering solace in grief, or fostering deeper reflection and understanding, the power of silence is undeniable. We hope this video has inspired you to embrace silence in new ways and recognize its potential to bring wisdom, healing, and connection. We invite you to share your thoughts and experiences in the comments below. Have you tried practicing silence in any of these situations? How has it impacted your life? If you made it this far, comment, "Embrace the power within." Your insights and stories are invaluable, and we look forward to hearing how silence has made a difference in your journey. Let's continue this conversation and support each other in cultivating the art of silence.